I want to show you how to play Lucky by Mraz featuring Colbie Callat. Starts off with a C chord. Now your chords, introduction has 8 of those C chords, C, E, G. And then you go through a chord pattern all the way through that's four beats on each chord. You got a C chord, then you change that G to an A, and you've got your A minor chord. Now then you change these two notes to a D and an F, and you've got your D minor chord. Now this is the way it works. Here's your C major, here's your A minor. We're using this C and the E down here, so we still got the A, C, E, but we've got it inverted. Then we've got a D minor, regular D, F, A, 1, 3, 5. Then you slide these two notes up, and you've got a G chord, G, B, D. We'll keep the D down there, and then you're going to an E7. So E7 would be E, G sharp, B, and your D is in the melody, 1, 3, 5, 7. Then we go to an A minor. Instead of this A minor, here we're moving it up one position. We still got the same notes, A, C, E. And then we go to a D7. All we got to do to get the D7 is we slide this E down to a D. Here would be your D minor 7 actually. D, F, A, C. So we're going to a D minor 7 sound, but we don't even play that F. We've got the A minor to D minor, and then we end with a G major. So the way those chords go down, C chord, and usually I play it like this with these fingers, A minor, D minor, G, E7, A minor, D minor 7, G, and then the chorus chords are you're going to be down here, A minor, D minor, G to a C. A minor to the D minor, we take the A down, then we go to a G major chord, 1, 3, 5, to a C major chord, back to an A minor, and we end on a G on there. So now we got the melody. Jason starts off the melody. So here are the notes: D, D, E, G, G, C, C, B, A, E, 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 F, C, A, C, A, G, F, E, then jump an octave to an E, F, E, D, D, C, A, C, A, G, A, G, E, E, D. Then Colbie comes in with B, C, B, C, E, G, E, D, C, C, D, C, D, F, G, G, F, E, D, D, E, D, E, B, E, D, C, E, E, D, E, C, C, G, E, D, A. And then the duet starts. So we'll get to the chorus and the duet in a little bit. Now let's put it together and see what we've got here. Introduction. Now when we get to Colbie coming in, because her melody goes all the way down here, goes all the way down to the G, I'm going to move the chords down right there. So instead of playing the C chord here, we're going to drop it down a position there. So during her time, we're going to play a C chord there, the A minor chord, D, G will go right back down. Instead of crawling up with the G, we'll keep it right down in root position, and then that gives you your E7. Now the E, we're going to have to depend on the melody, because here's your 7th, E, G sharp, B, D, and all we're playing is the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th right there. So your E7, A minor, D7. If you want to put the 7th in, it's not necessary because it's down so low. D, G, or G here. Either way you want to go to that from the D there. Now here's Colbie's melody just by itself without the chords. Now we'll put the chords with it. Right there, A minor, D minor, G major, E7, A minor, D minor, G together with the chords. Then you go right into the chorus. Now here are the notes for the chorus. You got an A minor chord, and you're going to go, it's a duet, so you're going to go these in by thirds. The melody is, but they're singing it together, so I'm going to give you both notes. You got A and a C, B and a D, C and an E, and then you jump up to a G and a B, then coming down by thirds, F, A, E, G, F, D, F, C and E, B, and then you come down to G and B, A, C, B, D, and it jumps up again, G, B, F and A, E, G, D and F, E and G, and C and E. So let's play that much. You got to do a little trick there to get my fingers to work, because so you've got your fingers work right there. You've got 1 and 3, 2 and 4, 3 and 5 right there. Then you jump up here, but then I have to switch hands position so that my fingers are ready. And you actually have to switch those down. So you starting off with on the AC, then I switch so that I have enough fingers. If I don't switch, I get fumbling there. So see, then I run out of fingers. So I switch right here, and then I just jump right there, and then down. I switch again. Now here's the next part. Goes A, C, B, D, C and E, down to A and C, and then instead of a third you've got a fourth. D and a G, okay, and then it comes right on down to a G and a B. So when you've got that A and the C, B and a D, C and E, then you go up to, well, you drop back down to the A and the C, and then you jump up to a D and a G, a fourth. Then I switch hand position again. Now remember, these are two vocalists, so they're singing these lines. One is singing one note, one's singing the other note. So when you're trying to play both notes, it's a little bit tougher because you're having to play two lines there. But you got, and then you go into the oohs where it's just ooh. Now there again, you're going to have to change positions or you're going to run out of fingers because it's going to go up right there. So you're going to go, now that's a C and an E and a B and a D. And then you're going to have to go. So you're going to have to change positions twice there. You got da, da, dee, da, dee, da, dee, dee, dee. Switch to your thumb right there. So you've got your fingers for all the notes. And then you're going to have to switch again because you're going to come all the way down to that G. And then they go into a duet where they each have a line. Now I'm going to show you those lines. I'm going to show you those lines one at a time, but let's play through the chorus with the chords now. And I'll try to go slowly so that you can see it happening, because if I go up to tempo, you're going to be watching too much, because the chord is just going from an A minor to a D minor, and then to a G, then to a C, and it'll end with an A minor. There's kind of a G sonority thrown in there, but you don't have to play it. To a C, and then it'll end with an A minor. So here we go. There's the D chord changes before you hit that. Then you come down, and the G chord kicks in. Same thing, the C chord hits. And then you got a D minor, da da da, G. A little bit more up to tempo. Then you've got a C chord, then change to an A minor chord, and then you're going to go to an E minor chord. Okay, then they come in with each of their own lines. I'm going to show you how those lines go together, and it's easiest to see it with the letter notes right there. So here's Colbie's line. Now here's Jason's line coming in 2 notes later. A, C, B, E, E, A, G. So together, F, E. Okay, so that's the way those fit together. And then you've got both of them together. G, A, B, B, C, B, A, A. And she's singing E, E, D, D, E, D, C together. Right there. So you've got the words right there. You've got they don't know how long it takes, waiting for a love like this. And then the next line is every time we say goodbye, and they're just singing that as a round. So she's singing same notes as they had before, and here he's got the same notes as he had together. My tendency is to try to repeat that D right there, because she's repeating an E, so you might have the same trouble. Then they go into, they're singing the same rhythm, and this is I wish we had one more kiss, I'll wait for you, I promise you I will. So the first few notes are kind of quick, but they go D, E, G, D, E, D, C, D, E, D, C, D, E, D, C, I will, C, D, E, F, and he goes G, B, A, B, C, B, A, B, C, B, A, C, B, E, E. Now, because they're singing different lines, their lines are going to go different motions sometime, and these part right here is the thirds, E and C, C and E. But then it changes right there. He goes up to a C to give a 7th sound, and then drops down to an E. And then they come back to the 3rd. Then he throws some extra notes while she's holding the F, G, G, E, D, E, C, G, 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 E, D, E, I will. That's his line right there. Now together they've got then they just go back to the chorus. They go right back to the chorus. They go right back to the chorus again, and they sing it again. And then they have another verse. They have a chorus a couple of times, and then they end with ooze, just like this ooze. So there you have the notes. You have the notes for Jason Mraz, Lucky. If you want to get the notes for that, I also have the extra lyrics there for the verse and chorus. But if you want to get the notes for that, you can go to LetterNotePlayer.com and you can download them right there and take your time and print them. I've got all of the chords there, the chord sequence with for A minor, D minor, G chord, E7 right there, A minor, and then the D7, D minor 7. So I've got the chords there now. And then I have them spelled out, exactly the notes. Same thing right here. When you're playing the chords, I've got the chords spelled out right below it so that you don't have any question. You know where the chord goes, right there. DFA, DGB. The root of the chord I make it capitals, and the other letters I make them small. So there's a little bit of extra stuff thrown in there. But you've got the chords, you've got the notes that make up the chord, you've got the right hand melody by itself. Both of their melodies by themselves, and there's a little bit of difference on the second time because they sing it as a duet and they split it up just a little bit, but it's basically the same melody lines. Then you've got hands together, flip it over, and you've got the hands together for the chorus, and then we've got the choruses with the duet and with their duet line, both lines. So LetterNotePlayer.com, you can download it, you can take your time, print it, learn it. Now if you've got vocalists, of course, you can chord along with that chorus and not even have to play those lines. They can sing the lines and you've got the chords right there, so that makes it easy for playing along with vocalists and for bass players or for guitar players. If there's another piece that you'd like to get the notes for, let me know and I'll try to put